It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Packers and the Bucs on Monday Night Prime Time.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis and CD, our quarterback matchup here. It features two of the most decorated guys around. A couple of guys certainly with gold jackets in their future. Aaron Rodgers of the Packers, Tom Brady of the Bucs.
And you always feel like you're fortunate to watch games like this and have things unfold right here in real time, because we always want these types of matchups. And being able to watch guys who've been elite NFL quarterbacks for so long continue to do it at a high level, we're the lucky ones.
Set to do the honors here, and off we go from Tampa. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Always fun to get a peek at Tom Brady as he gets in place to command this offense for Tampa Bay.
Well, we've all seen what Tom Brady can do on a football field for a couple of decades now, but how about his most impressive accomplishment? Moving to a different franchise and taking them to a Super Bowl title as well. Not many players can continually stiff-arm Father Time the way that he has.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front three, your front four, your front five, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play. This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there, keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Brady. He completes it to Evans. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Brady now on first down. There's Evans again, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Here's a give to Fournette. And he's got room. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. And even 40 yards for Leonard Fournette. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And that makes the score 7-0. With the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Rodgers on the return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Shotgun now for Rodgers. A check down here to Jones. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
That's the way to get it going.
A couple of extra defensive backs in the ball game here on 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he is going to have a Packers first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3 and out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's a big play that time for the Packers. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And look, you're down 7-0 in the first quarter. You know it's not a time to panic or feel like you've got to get those points back right away. But how about their conviction and taking that chance to throw the ball deep right there, knowing they can hit on plays like this? I'll bet that won't be the last time we see them take a deep shot in this game.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with the tackle. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep.
Touchdown! Robert Tonyan from 13 yards out. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Throwing to start the drive. Brady. 7 yards the pick up there. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On second down, here's Fournette. 47 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Brady now on first down. He drops it off for Bernard. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10.
We got 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Get in there, get what you want, dude. Get in there, get what you want, boy.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Throwing now is Brady. He'll drop this off for Bernard. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's a 2nd down. A handoff to Fournette. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Leonard Fournette. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That's a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On the draw, this is Fournette. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Brady going to throw. On the screen, Bernard. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tyler Johnson there to make the grab. And the Bucs have taken the lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Extra point put through by Suckup, and that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Rodgers on the return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Throwing to start the drive. Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. They'll try the right side with Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Yeah, baby.
So that challenge, a successful one. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Five yards remain on 2nd down. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Bucs ready to take over once again. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Brady. Letting one go deep here for Gronk. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 39 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw is Brady. And this is caught by Evans. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. To throw, it's Brady. Over the middle to Evans. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Now Brady again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Johnson. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Now Brady. And Evans calls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point up and good by Succa. And it's now 21-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. With the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Rodgers on the return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On 1st down, it's Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. A give to Jones. Give the tackle that time to Jordan Whitehead.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Second and 5. They're going to run the jet sweep. It's Cobb with it. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
The scoreboard tells the story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties.
Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And here we go again with Tom Brady in Tampa's offense.
And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10
at their own 18. Throwing to start the drive. Brady.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
Mike Evans has been an elite receiver for some time now, and part of that, Charles, certainly what he can do once the ball is in his hands.
Yeah, we've seen a few moments like this in the first half already from this defense. You know you're going to give up some catches, but it's what they do after the catch that's really been hurting them. And it does again right there.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw complete there to Johnson.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now Fournette, and he'll get a couple here down to the 22. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Beautiful throw right there on 3rd down, and it looked like this was going to be 6 points, but a nice touchdown-saving tackle at the end of this. Even still, this offense is knocking on the door now with a 1st and goal at the 1.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Brady to throw. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown.
Tom Brady to his old Patriot pal, Rob Gronkowski.
And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point try now for Suckup. And the lead is up to 18 now. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there on the catch and run.
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers drops it to Jones in the flat. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Rodgers now to throw. And it's complete to Adams. And it's a Packers touchdown. Devontae Adams, 48 yards.
And the Packers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Again, we see Tom Brady and the Bucs set to take over.
And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. Wouldn't you love to be in the truck right now and hear him calling for it? Give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. And we just saw 3 beautiful touchdown passes.
Now he's looking for 4. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
On 1st down, Brady. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Stokes. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
So first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. You know, normally he's probably happy with how he's playing. He's playing pretty well, but in the second quarter, you look up your team's losing. I don't think any quarterback's satisfied.
Not at all, and what they're really seeking is how do I play even better and inspire my teammates to do exactly the same in order for us to get back on top on the scoreboard. That's when you find out you have a quarterback. If they're just satisfied with their stat line,
they're not really a leader.
Not at all. You just have a guy playing the position.
Rodgers' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones.
Touchdown! Aaron Jones as the first half is winding down.
And the Packers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is down to 4.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
Breaks a tackle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Packers in that first half. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Rodgers on the return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Well, the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Well, this has been all that we'd hoped for. 2 of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a one-score game here in the second half. 1st and 10.
They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
Again, it's Jones. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive can take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he coughed it up. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Dillon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the result, a Green Bay score. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. Throwing to start the drive. Brady. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. So the opening drive of this third quarter, they're trying to set the tone for the second half.
And without a doubt, they did exactly that. I've known coaches who have said the first 5 minutes of each half are so important to do exactly what you said, which is set the tone. I've also heard coaches talk about the first 5 plays. Let's go out and be aggressive right off the top. That's exactly what they did.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Fournette. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. A 40-yard punt, no return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. The give is to Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again to Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. To throw is Brady.
They'll swing this out to Fournette. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. Shotgun now for Brady. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And he is going to have the Bucs first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Brady. This is caught by Evans. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Again, it's Brady. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football, and getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. This is Fournette. And even 100 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
2nd down at 4. Here's Brady. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage, put the ball right on him.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Throwing now is Brady. And he's going to go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line. Za'Darius Smith able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On the run, it's Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Brady. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Succop's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Packers ready to take over offensively. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter.
Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones gets by him at the 25. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
68 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, how many times do we say in this game the speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice gain.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Packers.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Now Crosby for the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field.
And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. A few better down a score in the fourth quarter than Tom Brady. This is 1st and 10.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brady going to throw. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Brady now on 1st down.
That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Working with a 2nd and 4.
From the gun, it's Brady. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. There goes a deep ball, end zone. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Packers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review.
so they had it right.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead is up to 14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10
at their own 26. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Brady. On the screen, Bernard. Bernard churning, and he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. Here are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. Open man is got one. It's complete.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You can have the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
On 1st down, Brady.
To Evans on the slant.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He gets this one to Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Evans. And the Buccaneers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Here's Brady to throw. And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hand.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is.
Suck up for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Ticks to go. Still time, but they need this onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
On 1st down, it's Jones, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties.
Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Leonard Fournette and the rest of the Bucs offense set to take over once more.
And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Open man left side is Gronkowski. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Brady to throw. He's going to let it fly.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. To throw is Brady.
He's got Johnson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Brady. He finds his target, it's Evans.
And he's got this down to the 35. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.